For years they taught you to be humble. They taught you not to stand out too much, not to shine too intensely, to stay at a level that made people around you comfortable. And maybe you did that. Maybe you dimmed your light so others wouldn't feel threatened. Maybe you hid your abilities so they wouldn't call you arrogant. Maybe you played small because they told you that was being a good person. But that ends now. True humility is not making yourself small. True humility is recognizing where your power comes from and using it responsibly. It's understanding that the gifts you have weren't given to you to hide them under a cloak of false modesty, but to use them to their maximum potential. And in these 3 days, specifically, you're being given divine permission to remove all self-imposed limitations and to occupy the space that corresponds to you. You're going to shine, and some will feel uncomfortable. They'll call you changed. They'll say you became proud, that you lost your humility, that you're not the same anymore. And they're right. You're not the same anymore. Because the same you were before was limited by fear of others' opinions. And that version had its purpose, but its time is over. Let me give you a concrete example of what's going to happen. Imagine that for years you've been asking for a specific opportunity. Maybe it's a professional advancement. Maybe it's an important connection. Maybe it's a financial resource. You've prayed for it, you've visualized, you've done everything you're supposed to do, but nothing moved. And you started to doubt. You started to think that maybe it wasn't for you, that maybe you were asking for too much, that maybe you should settle for less. But it turns out it didn't move because the timing wasn't right, because there were pieces that needed to be in place before you could handle that blessing, because there were lessons you needed to learn so you wouldn't destroy what you were going to receive. And now, in these 3 specific days, all those pieces fit together, and what seemed impossible, what seemed like it would never arrive, appears in the most unexpected way. And when it arrives, it won't be because you begged harder or because you tried harder. It will be because finally the timing aligned, because your preparation was completed, because the doors that needed to open opened in the exact order they should open. And what you're going to experience is not luck. It's divine synchronization operating in your favor. Now I want you to understand something about the revenge you've desired so much. I know there are people who hurt you. I know there are unjust situations you endured. I know there are moments when you were betrayed, belittled, ignored. And I know in your heart there's a part that wants those people to see your success, to recognize they were wrong about you, to regret how they treated you. But true revenge is not them seeing you triumph. True revenge is you reaching a point where their opinion stops mattering completely. It's building a life so full, so abundant, so aligned with your purpose, that you don't even remember why what they said or did once affected you. And that, chosen one, is what's beginning to matter.